Hey y'all, what's up? Happy Friday to you. Give me 1 second, let me just turn these beats down. All right, that's better. I think I'm alone right now, so I'm just gonna, just hang. Oh, I got 2 people in the chat. What's up? Just taking a casual sip as I'm wont to do on these streams. Again, I'm doing Philadelphia Distilling. This time it's their Bay vodka, so it's like Old Bay spiced. Awesome. Hey, what's up, Rodrigo? Brian Christian, welcome. Oh, you just came from Ryan Warner stream? I usually am on by now. I'm usually on about 45 minutes ago, but slow day. I'm moving slow. And my project manager, Banjo, the dog, wanted to go for a walk, so cheers to you. Ah, that's really good. It's like salty up front, but then it has the Old Bay spice on the back end. Very good. Oh yeah, I did see that. Those are awesome. Yeah, Ryan and Jason and Chris all have some really cool customizations going on. Yeah, Brian. It's called, let's see if I can pull it up here. Philadelphia Distilling. So I live in Philadelphia, as you might have guessed, and our liquor store is closed because it's run by the state. So, hey, what's up, Sarah? How you doing? Thanks for hopping in the chat. Running it a little late today. But yeah, so Brian, this is like basically our only line to alcohol right now as to we've been ordering it directly from the distillery because it's, like 20 minutes away. Not even. So this is what I'm talking about, the Bay vodka. And it's basically like Chesapeake Bay seasoning that you would put on crabs, but in vodka. It's really great. Oh, yeah. Sarah, actually, you're right. My wife did just show me that last night. But for a while, the site was down because too many people were trying to do it. Yeah. 1, Brian, crab fries are great. 2, Sarah, it is a game changer. I haven't had wine in 2 months. And that's like, I like to sip on a little liquor, especially when I'm streaming. But, sometimes you need wine. All right, so let's see. Let me pull up my notes first of all, because I got to set all this up. So, So last time we were working on this react-livestream package that I've been working on. And we did some refactor here. So let's see. I'm going to open iTerm. Yo, Jason, what's up? What's up, Tals? Hey, Ryan Warner. Heard you coming right off your stream. Thanks for joining us. I'm just getting set up here today for a second. We were just chatting about getting liquor here in Philly. But yeah, I'm going to be doing some React live stream stuff. And so I'm going to go in here because we need to set this up. Oh, what's up, Chris? What's up? Hey, Vinny. It says there's only 2 viewers in the chat in slobs, but clearly there are more than 2. Okay, yeah, so last week we were working on this. I got some of this working, but then we had an issue because I think GitHub went down. So let's open React live stream. I'm actually going to take these things out of full screen. I always try that. It always messes me up. Because we're going to need to do 2 packages or 2 projects next to each other. But let's also, I have a test React app here that we were linking to. React Live test React app. Yeah, there it is. Cool. Yeah, yeah. The go. I always see go live notifications in the Party Corgi Discord, and by the time I get there, they've been on for a while. Yo, Zach Davis, thank you for the subscription, my friend. I appreciate that. Subscriptions are still new for me, but my plan going forward is to... Oh, Jason, big follow. Thank you. Yeah, my plan going forward is to come up with some local charities here in Philadelphia. Maybe I know of a couple that are tech centered, but I'm thinking maybe if I can find some places to take this subscription money and put it to good use, that would be super cool. Yo, whoa, look at these subscriptions rolling in. Brian, thank you. Jason, thank you. If Dom were here, he would know my reaction to this is usually dab gif. Okay, so let me get back to pulling up my notes because, like I said, so last time I set this up, I was like, I'm not going through that again. This is essentially what I have to do here. Oh, Vinny, thanks for the subscription. Last time we had to, essentially we have a local package we're working on. We're linking it to our test React app. But also what I was doing was I was running Netlify dev locally here. So I was pointing my React live stream package at the locally running dev server so that I wasn't hitting Netlify production over and over and over. That's what I remember. It's been a week, so bear with me here, please. Hop into Notion. So first thing I need to do, I need to check out what's linked here. I'm actually going to move this to a split screen. Split pane. Okay. Easier. Code. Test React app. Okay, so first I'm going to make sure that I'm going to unlink React live stream. Okay, so it was still linked. And this, if I unlink, okay, it unregistered it. So we're going to just redo that because I wanted to make sure I didn't have the configuration mixed up from last time because I've been doing a lot of linking locally here with different packages on my system. So we want to run yarn link here. That's essentially going to tell when our projects are looking for node modules, they're now going to derive the files or pull the files, I guess you could say, from this local directory as opposed to the node modules folder within whatever project I'm linking to. So here in the test React app, we want to run yarn link react live stream. And so, yeah, now it's saying, hey, I'm going to use the linked package. So I'm not going to look in my node modules anymore, which is exactly what we want. Yeah, here's the tricky piece right here. Because I'm using React in my package as a dependency, when I locally link these two things, you get a duplicate. Well, I think it's actually a hooks error, but the error, if you Google it, actually tells you that and it's in the React docs, there's 3 things it could be. And the one it was in this case was that essentially there's 2 Reacts because our test React app is a create React app. So that's using React. And then our libraries are also using React. So that means that essentially our app doesn't know which one to use here. So we're going to go into, oh no, okay, sorry. I was testing this actually on my site, which is nice. Hey, Will, what's up? Thanks for hopping in the chat. Happy Friday to you. Hope everybody's doing well out there. You know, things have been crazy as of late, to say the least. Okay, Yo, Trost. Alex, I believe. Alex Trost. Welcome. Let's yarn link React live stream here. We had it linked. Hey, thanks for the follow, Alex. Appreciate that. Okay, cool. So this is what we did last time. So I was doing it in my test React app, but I actually have it working in my Gatsby site, which is the first place I'm planning on putting it. And so we need to do the same thing. Essentially, we're going to go into our node modules here that are local to this project, and we're going to go into the React repo or React directory. We're going to run yarn link. Okay, so there is, so yarn unlink. Hey, Will, thanks for the follow, my friend. Yarn unlink, yarn link. Okay, so now we're saying again, projects on our system, when you're looking for node modules, we want you to actually use this. Whoa, Rodrigo with the subscription. Hey, Rodrigo, por qué no? Yarn link, okay. So, and then here, whoa, big cheer. I honestly, like a lot of these notifications, I don't know what some of them mean because they're all new to me. So I have to get some emotes going now that I hit affiliate, I think. Choo-choo. I need like a train whistle. All right, so now in React Livestream, we're gonna actually link yarn link React, and that's now gonna point to the essentially the React we have in the window down here, which is actually part of our Gatsby site. And then this is the third piece here, which is we basically need to put an empty ESLint in our Gatsby just so that these linting rules don't conflict with one another. I'm sure there's another way to do this, but this is the only way I've gotten it to work. So let's touch.eslint.rc, hit enter. Cool. And so now I should be able to run netlify dev here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I won't be able to because I'm on the wrong branch, I think. Let's see. Actually, let me try it. I don't think I merged anything last time. Okay, so it's booting up. And that address we just saw, that localhost 34567, that's actually the address we're going to point our... Hey, it compiled. Cool. That's always nice. It can be rare. Okay. Indexed. Yeah, and so what we were doing last time was we were actually commenting this out and pointing the package directly at that address. So we'll do that again. Oh, did I? James, that's a nice catch. Let's see. Hold on, I have to open that now too. I know Ryan Warner started doing some Apple scripts to get his Windows and stuff set up. We had talked about that early on when I started streaming, and maybe it's time. Okay, close all these windows. Hold on 1 second. The dog needs to leave the office after demanding to come in. Give me 1 sec. Sorry about that. He's a very loving dog, but he's a little bossy, you know. He likes what he likes. Okay, so James, you're right. I did misspell it, but I also didn't need to create one because I had one here. So let's go back. So now, since that booted up, hey, it booted up without it, and that's because we had one. And then here, I'm going to cat out the package because I forget what my script is. Yep, yarn run dev. Okay. Yarn run dev. Rodrigo, yeah, I'm scaling my monitor to 720p so that everything's much larger. So for y'all, it should be much easier to read. But for me, it's like quite large. That's why I have to like keep flipping around. So pardon me. Oh, Brian, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining in. Have a good Friday. And thanks for the subscription, my friend. I appreciate that. Yo, okay, cool. So we booted up. Everything's compiling. So now if we go to our browser, which is somewhere around here. There it is. Let's put it in its own window too. Let's go localhost 8000. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So what we need to do is, like I said, we're going to take this URL. Come on. And in our React Livestream package, instead of hitting this URL that someone would pass in as a prop to the component, we're just going to like sort of hijack it here just so I can show you that it works. Let's see. Index. Ah, okay. Yeah, because this branch, let me see, has the wrong prop going in, and it's because I changed the API for the component on the last stream. So let me go to my GitHub real quick. Close that. GitHub. Let's see. Did we merge anything recently? No, but we do have... Oh, no. I put up a PR against my own thing. Add serverless Twitch. So, yep, we're on the right branch here. But the branch we're using for our Gatsby site is incorrect. So I'm just going to, because I'm not implementing this right now here, I'm just going to comment this out and we'll change it later. Yeah, Twitch data URL. See, if you saw that, the auto completion here actually knows that that's one of the props because we're linking to the local package. And since that's rebuilding in the background as we change the files, our Gatsby site is also recompiling then. And I'll just do that. We don't really need one. Come on, work. Requires data URL and username. So I'm giving it, let me give it the actual address. And then in the live stream package, what we'll do is we'll take that out of there. Actually use the real thing. Okay, so that looks like it worked because we got a 200 requesting Twitch API broadcast. There we are. Cool. Works. I'm actually going to go to Twitch right now and find somebody else that's streaming so we don't get the like window inception. Usually I just guess and CM Griffing is online, but can't always rely on that. Whoops. Oh, he is? Yeah, he always, there he is. Of course. Okay, well, I'm going to use him because... So we'll go back here. And what we're going to do is in our Gatsby site, and I'm going to have to break these out into different desktops as well. So in our Gatsby site, in the functions, in our Twitch API call, we have it hard coded here that we're calling for my stream information. And this is, unfortunately, this serverless function is going to need to be set up by anybody that wants to use the package due to the new Twitch API and the way the authentication works. But what I'm going to do before I publish this is we're going to add to the documentation essentially, or a link to a gist or something, and we'll basically copy and paste this and add instructions on how to deploy it yourself. I host my Gatsby site on Netlify, so all of my functions just live here in the functions folder. And down here in the Netlify toml file, I've said, and this is like, I'm declaring, hey, my Netlify functions live here in this folder. And I also have like, this is where things get built to, and this is the command that runs and whatnot. Okay, so what we'll do is we're actually gonna take this, copy it, just because I'm lazy. CM Griffin. Let's double check that it works. So I save that. Reloading. Okay. Let's see. Still myself. Wonder if I have to stop this and start it again. How's the music level for y'all, by the way, in the chat versus my mic? Okay, well, it seems to not want to show us where... Oh, I know why. I know why. It's because we need to do that, and here we need to do CM Griffin. And so actually what I'm thinking here is that this... Oh yeah, Rodrigo, anybody can just add my live stream. Yeah, hey, welcome to my website, and here's someone you don't want to watch live stream. Start watching. Yeah, so it's working now. Okay. And so that's something we can actually change here. Let's meet that. Something we can change is that if we're going to be passing in, well, we can talk about that later. I'm just wondering if you can if they're going to pass this in as a prop, maybe we add it. Well, but they're going to have to define the URL. So I'm trying to think if like there's a way to send that prop into the function, but since everybody's going to have to host their own functions, like if I was hosting a service for this, I would just take the prop name and the component would call the service with that as a parameter and do the work. But here we're not going to be able to do that because I don't want to incur the bill here. So, okay, cool. So it's working now. I think what we need to do before we publish, if I go to and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to publish a beta first, because this is going to be a breaking change. And like the current version that's on NPM doesn't work now for Twitch because of the auth stuff I was talking about earlier. So I'm going to just publish a beta and, pull it down, use it in my site, test it in a React app, make sure it works. But if anybody wants to try the beta, just let me know. Okay, so we need to let's first update the API and code snippets. And you can see like one of the things I have listed here is I'm going to refactor this whole thing to TypeScript at some point. So we'll be doing that on future streams. But what I want to do now is update the docs to show the new props and update the code snippets. Test it on Firefox Mobile. Why is that, Rodrigo? Make sure it scrolls. Yeah, and then I'm also going to add this, like I said, example of the serverless function. So Rodrigo and I recently discovered at work that certain browsers interpret flex direction rules differently. And in Firefox, I think it was Firefox and Safari, the only one that worked properly was Chrome. But if you did flex direction column reverse, the page would be already scrolled to the bottom, but it wouldn't allow you to scroll to the top because since you've inverted the direction, it thinks the bottom now is the top and is like interpreting those rules. Weird. Okay, README. So let me close this. Markdown, preview. Oh, do I not have that installed? Okay. My wife just texted me that the dog is returning. 1 second. He's here. I don't know if you can see him. Banjo, why don't you say hi to everybody? Look, Bubba. Say hi. I often joke he's my project manager because he keeps me on task, but in reality, he's distractingly cute, but it's cool. Okay, so automatically embed, that works still. Yep. This is all good. So yeah, I need to update this because we no longer take a Twitch client ID. We take a Twitch data URL. And so you basically pass in the URL to your serverless function, and you also give the component your username, like your login name. Yeah, hey, Christian. Can you see him? He went into his bed. But when I finally get my DSLR hooked up as a webcam, this webcam you're seeing now is going to be attached to the side of my desk so you can see his bed and can get the banjo cam going. So platform, that's still right. Offline component, that's optional. Twitch client ID, this is Twitch data URL. So an endpoint that handles authenticating with the Twitch API and makes a request for stream information about the user specified below. Okay. So I actually think I'm going to update this snippet because this almost looks like you need all of these props here, but you really don't. So if I do one for Mixer, one for Twitch. So this would be, let's see. So I'm going to do one for each. So we can start with Mixer, I guess. It would be Mixer. Offline component is optional. Mixer channel ID. And then we wouldn't need these. And the Mixer channel ID, if we check our index and our prop types, is a number. I don't know what looks clearer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe the people will hopefully know that that's just a fake dummy piece of data. Okay, so that's how you would do it for Mixer. This is how you would do it for YouTube. So we can actually get rid of that. Offline component, again, is optional. So YouTube, platform equals Twitch. I'm going to reorder these just so they're alphabetical. Offline component, we don't need that. YouTube, key, channel ID. So we know here that the username would be my username, whatever it is. I don't know if there's a better way to notate like, hey, insert your name here, but I'm going to do this just for now. Actually, I'm not even going to define these. I don't think they need definition. Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, okay. Platform. Okay. Oh, I actually have examples down here. Channel ID. So this needs to get updated to Twitch. Data URL. And this actually does not need to be inside of curly's because it's just a string. Let's double check that here. Data URL, string. Okay. API key here. Again, I think that's a string. Yep. So it could just be this. I guess it doesn't need here. Make these consistent. Endpoint URL. Okay. And this would be I think I'm using microbundle now, if I remember correctly. Yep. So I'm actually using microbundle, not rollup, even though I believe microbundle uses rollup under the hood. So let's actually give attribution to them. Microbundle. Cool. All right, so let's go. Update prop API and code snippets. So that's cool. Now we need to add an example of a serverless function. Okay. So I guess I'll add that to the README as well. So for now, this section is specifically for Twitch users or people that stream with Twitch, because Mixer and YouTube currently allow us to make a request from the client side. So our component can just directly call their API and we don't have a problem. You know what? Yeah, let's go full screen. Okay. And so we're going to actually go into our Gatsby project, which is right here. Copy this whole thing. So it must, I think it was the end of April they changed this. Add some infrastructure. I can't, wow. I think I spelled it right there, but I couldn't spell it right in the editor. You'll need to add some infrastructure to handle server-to-server requests. I currently handle this. I am handling this with a netlify function. Shout out to Jason if he's still in the chat. Big ups. I honestly really love using the product, so happy to shout it out whenever I can. I'm sure I'm not the only one because I know everyone seems to love it. That's not where I want to go. I just want to link to, netlify function documentation. Makes it easier for folks. Okay, so I'll come back here. Currently I'm handling this with a netlify function. So let's make that a link. Currently I'm handling this with a netlify function. Feel free to copy and paste the snippet below for your own use. Just make sure to swap out the placeholder values. Okay, and then here, I'm going to do a JavaScript code block. I'm actually going to paste this whole thing here. Also, this is going to be a good, this will be a good reason for me to refactor the function code at some point, because since I'm going to have it in the README, people can see the sort of chaos behind the scenes. It's not that bad, but it's like it could definitely be a little bit cleaner. But right now, I know some people have tried to use this and we're using it. I just want to make sure that anybody who's interested in using this can do it. So I'm going to take out the console logs because folks don't need that. That's just for my own purposes. You know what? I'll just leave it in there. Okay, so require node fetch, fetching broadcast info. You need to swap in your username here. Yep, so this is an environment variable, so I guess I can leave that as is. That's what I call mine. Yeah, that looks messy. So I think that's okay. So no, you require node fetch and your .m config. We have one function here that's called get Twitch data. It takes a token, and that gets called down here. So it's the handler, logs some stuff out, constructs a URL, makes a post request with these headers. This comes out of your environment variables, gets a response. If it's okay, it turns it into JSON. Otherwise, it throws an error. We wait for the JSON, parse the token, and then we return that value, 200 value. And we use the token here, actually in the function above. And so this is when everything's successful. We return a 200 with the stringified results of the function we'll look at above. And it makes the request with these headers. And then here's the error block. And so we pass in the token. We make a request to a specific URL in the Twitch API using your username to get your current stream info. And then we make the request. It's a get. We use the token that we got in the first part of the function. We use our client ID. Get a response. If it's okay, turn it into JSON. Okay. I think that's cool. So now what I want to do is, we know it's working here on our Gatsby site. I'm actually going to close this. And let's see. So what we've done since is we updated the README. And Rodrigo, if you're still in the chat, I need to get commitison set up on this so I can have really nice commit messages. Git add all, git commit, docs, update, README, instructions, codes, update README instructions, add snippets, and git push origin add. Okay, so what I want to do here is, you see I have this note to test with npm pack. So let's go to the npm docs because I want to look part of this up. I've used it before at work. Essentially what it does is it's going to create a tarball, and what that is a compressed package. Oh yeah, Rodrigo, do it. That'd be awesome. I would appreciate that. So yeah, npm pack creates a tarball, which is a compressed package. It's sort of like a .zip. But what you can do is when you have a tarball either on your system, or I think you can even do it remote, like to a remote URL. What you can do is essentially npm install, pass it the path to the tarball, and it'll install it. It'll unpack it and install it from that. And then you can like essentially, like I think the idea here is like I'm making a tarball that would be similar to what I'm publishing on npm, and then I'm installing it. But there is also another way to do a beta. So maybe that's better to actually publish the beta and then pull that down and try it locally. Okay, so this is updated now because this is part of the PR. And let me see. Let me double check my bundle, micro bundle. Yeah, I don't have any like automatic releases going on. And that's something maybe I can do too in the future. Ooh, I have a lot of issues. Yeah. Oh, they're all from me. Okay, that's good. Update README 25 days ago. Yep. We can close this. Add prettier, add linting. Yep. Transition is TypeScript. Add chat frames. Okay. Oh yeah, what I wanted to do, add a new issue, release. So I'm gonna prepend this as release, and we want to automate releases with GitHub Actions. So what we want to do is essentially be able to publish this stuff when we merge PRs instead of having to do what I'm about to do. Okay. Let's see. npm publish beta. I think you can just give it a beta flag, but I forget. Yeah, so you just add the tag beta. Interesting. Okay. So if we come here, one thing we also need to do, and we didn't merge that PR yet, which is good. But I'm actually going to do that now because I'm going to make another PR to bump this version. So this PR includes our README updates. We updated the actual package to work. And we have a new yarn lock file. Okay. So we're going to merge this. Okay, I'm going to check out my master branch locally, and I'm going to pull down the master branch now because it now has the commits from the PR we just merged. Cool. So that's good. We don't have that anymore. Oh, yeah. Ivan was in the stream last week. He put up a PR to add Storybook to bump it to 2.0. Like, this is really, he cleaned up some of the functions. He added hooks. Like, it looks really nice. Yeah, he made a hook for checking if you're live. Yeah, it looks really nice. He's further ahead than me. I'm half the time spending time trying to get the tooling to work. Okay, so we want to run npm publish tag. So we're not going to pack. We're gonna publish a beta. Bump version to 2.0 because this is going to be a breaking change. I mean, the Twitch stuff doesn't work right now, but if say you had it working, this would completely bork that. So we're actually going to need to do that as well. And I will do it in my package JSON. We're actually going to bump this to 2.0.0. And then get status, get diff, get add, release, bump to v2.0.0, git push origin master. Oh, well, actually, I think, can we put the beta flag in our package JSON beta version? Is that a thing? I don't think that is a thing, so. Okay, so now we want to do dist tag. So it's npm publish -- tag, and then the tag is the tag we want to use. So we're going to do npm publish tag beta. And you can actually see, I believe here, see how it says tarball details? That's what I was talking about earlier with the npm pack. That command creates this tarball locally, and then you can install it into one of your other applications by pointing it to the tarball. When you pull down from npm, I believe it pulls it down and pulls down a tarball and unpacks it, and npm actually hosts these compressed packages. So we now published it. So let's see if we go to npm.js.org. Yep. react-livestream. So explore beta. Oh, nope. Okay. I thought that was my beta. Here we go. Okay, cool. So the way they display it here is interesting. They have a version history, but they also have like, hey, this is the latest. This is the beta. So if we go to the beta, should have our updated README, which it does. Okay, this all looks good. And so let's go back to our Gatsby project. And since this is linked locally and stuff, I'm going to actually... Let's do this. I'll update this later. Sorry, sometimes it gets a little difficult to like keep track of like when you're working in like essentially two repos at once. So what I'm actually going to do is go up a level, open the test React app I tried to open earlier. And I'm going to remove the node modules. I'm actually going to open this as well. So this has just, this is just like a demo app I play around with essentially. So node modules are all gone, and our package JSON is actually using the 1.0.11, which is our latest version, but we want to test out the beta that we just published. So what we're going to do here is we're going to yarn add, and if you type in the name of a package, react-livestream. So we bumped it, and we published it, and we updated the documentation. Okay. Let's make this bigger. Let's move this to a split pane. clear this so you can see. So if you run yarn add, type in the name of a package, and then do @ and the caret, it'll actually list to you like the available versions of that package. And by available, I mean the ones that are available for you via NPM and being hosted currently. And so we want to use this 2.0. So now when this is installed, now when we come into our, I'll bring this project over here. When we come into our test React app and we uncomment this, it might take a second for this IntelliSense to load, but essentially we can actually go, we have to refresh this. Yo, what's up, Dom? Thanks for hopping in, man. I appreciate it on a Friday. Yeah, so we just published a beta version of React Livestream that uses a serverless function for the Twitch calls. And so now I'm just pulling it down locally to test it in a Create React app. And then I'll blast it out and people can start using the beta. And eventually I'll publish a non-beta version, but I just want to make sure that this works. So I'm going to uncomment this. Let's see if this IntelliSense is done loading. Nope. But one way you can tell easily is if you go into the node modules folder within your VS Code or whatever text editor, if it was linked to a local package, you would see a little arrow icon here. And if you hover over it, it'll tell you what it's looking at. But this should also tell us when we hover. But let me restart the TypeScript server. That might help. Yeah, making moves here, Dom. I watched Ryan Warner stream the other day. Of course, I don't have it open now. But I had to outline all my projects because I just have so many things that I want to do. And essentially, this is what I have. And just making moves. Yeah, yesterday I knocked out a bunch of these from my first video collection. So getting there. Okay. Desktop. Blah, blah, blah. I hate how it reorders stuff on me, man. Okay, React Livestream. So that's the function. That's all correct. Yeah, man, I'm super pumped to drop the collection, and I already know what I'm doing right after, and it's going to be a collection on hooks. I know everybody's like, Ryan, hooks, we get it, but I did so much work on the articles. I feel like video for some people is a better format. Yeah, dude, I'm excited to see what you're doing because you've been doing some really cool collections and lessons, and I definitely need to delve into Next, I think, at some point. So let's yarn run start. So if this works, we should see the embedded iframe. Hey, it works. Cool. So this is, yeah, Dom, I was just saying a little earlier, if in my issues here on this, I actually have transition code base to TypeScript. So I'm definitely going to be doing that on stream. But I also will be taking notes for myself because, yeah, I think I want to do a TypeScript thing. I primarily write JavaScript, but having done typed languages, I think I have like a decent perspective on both, but I'm not like opinionated enough in one way or the other. But I will say when I wrote Java at Guru, I quite liked it. Yeah, I saw you were doing the X state. That's super cool. That's something I really want to learn more about. So what is Mirage? I know React Query and X state, but I'm not familiar with Mirage. So just to revisit this here. Ooh, API mocking. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of tests at work lately too and getting used to the React testing library. And I think I'm getting better, but And I have like learned some strategies to use to like mock out responses and stuff, but I I think I saw that linked in the party corgi a little while back. Oh, that's super cool. So like instead of hitting an actual endpoint, it hits this middle layer, which has like mock data for you to use in the, and you can like, I guess, map out what the endpoints return so that it sort of like reflects production. That's dope. That's very cool. I could definitely see myself getting into that. Yeah, so you know, we actually covered all of the stuff I wanted to cover on the stream in like an hour, which is a big rarity here for me. So I'm gonna give it all. Gonna give all the credit to the crew who came in on the raid from Ryan Warner's stream. Thank you so much. Got a bunch of follows, a bunch of subscriptions. Like I said, long term, or not even long term, like short to medium term, the goal is to take some of those whatever, like, I mean, at this point I think I earned like $7 in subscriptions, but you know, if that ever increases, I would definitely like to take some of that money and put it to good use with some sort of nonprofit here in Philadelphia. I know of some that are tech oriented, so like Tech Girls, Coded by Kids, Girls Who Code. Those are all really cool organizations, but you know, we can talk about this, or if you have any organizations you think are really cool, let me know, because I'm definitely going to be doing some research. Try to do good while we're having fun on the stream, you know. So like I said, that's sort of all I wanted to cover today. We can just like go back over what we did real quick, in sort of the egghead style of reviewing what's just happened. And so basically we went through, we updated the prop API and code snippets in the README for the package. We added an example of the serverless function, and we bumped it to 2.0.0 beta and published it. And then we pulled it down and used it in a test React app, and it worked. And the other thing we did that I think is just worth covering real quick is this whole dance that we had to do. So let me move this back to a split pane, move it over to the side. And so we'll go up, we'll go into my directory here. And so here in the ryanharris.dev repo, which is my Gatsby site, we were locally linking to react-livestream, which is the package that we've been working on publishing. Excuse me. And so what we had to do is we had to yarn link here, and that registered this package on the system. Then here we had to yarn link React Livestream, and that basically said, hey, I want to use this local version instead of the version we pulled down from NPM. And then the second step was this dance. Essentially, because both of these are using React, if we try to locally link them and then run both the watcher dev script up here and the like Webpack server that shows us localhost 8000, we would get an error about having two versions of React at the same time. And so the way we solved that is we actually took the React node module within our Gatsby site and did the same thing. We ran yarn link to say, hey, when I'm looking for React as a node module import anywhere on this system, what I want to do is I want to pull it from the local repo. And then in React Livestream, we had to yarn link React so that when this was doing its thing, as we were building, as it was recompiling, it was actually using the React version from here. And we also were able to set up Netlify Dev so that we had our serverless functions running here locally. And then we pointed the package at that endpoint. So we were mimicking a call to actual Netlify. And the proof in the pudding that it works is here. This is the Create React app running on localhost 3000. And it is displaying my Twitch embed. And if that's not enough of me, then there's a problem with one of us. So I'm going to call it a day. You know, I got on a little late. I know it's a Friday. Everybody, please enjoy your weekend. Again, cheers. Stay safe. Take care of each other. It's important that we remember it's like those personal connections, right? That's a big part of keeping things sane, I think, is remembering that everybody is a person just like you. So, yeah, take it easy. There's a pandemic still going on, but I might come back over the weekend. So, celebration for being inside and not having anywhere to go? Question mark. Por qué no? Why not? Why not hang out with me over the weekend? Because, like I said, I do have these projects going on that I have listed out here. So, I mean, we can start working on some of them. I need to redesign my site. It doesn't look very good. So maybe we'll talk about it over the weekend. Oh, Jitter Ted with the raid. Hey. Okay, you guys just came in right as I was about to stop the stream. So I'll just give you a quick summary because I feel bad just like dropping. Yeah, Jitter raid. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we just finished up publishing. We just finished publishing a beta version of my NPM package, and that's what you're seeing here. And it's displaying my stream right in my little Create React app here. Hey, Michelle, thank you for the follow. So yeah, pass the raid on. All right, you know what? Let me do that. Every time I do this, I'm like, yo, I need to do the raid. Thanks for the follow. Let's see. So I've not done this before. Let's see. How does this work? Creator dashboard. I think this is it. We want to raid a channel. Let's do CM Griffin. I'll see y'all later.
Do a production build too. And oh man, Ryan C. Harris, thank you so much. Oh yeah, how you doing today? Man, just chain after chain, raid after raid, you guys are the best. Man, I do wonder. Yeah, I don't know. Vape Juice Jordan, Kid Queb, if you guys are still around, I do think, yeah, if people are trying to work together to get other streamers there, you could schedule stream time starts and finishes with each other and just raid chain it up, switch from one to the other. Right? Like typically the big dog of the group is going to be like doing charity, kind of, but if you can get other people to raid them regular enough, like 2 or 3 at a time, boom. Is there some way we could make an app to help like rig that up? It's not like a follow for follow bot, but yeah, like a chained raid type thing, just like coordinating with other streamers proper. Just like for the sake of like just gaming Twitch's